That was unprofessional. But regardless, welcome. Welcome, welcome. You know why you're here, right? Well, of course you do. But regardless, let me give an introduction. I'm Dr. Icy, and we're running a little experiment here. Basically, we're trying to test how well people listen to instructions. Well, with everything like Reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, we basically want to see if that's ruining people's ability to pay attention and listen to a set of instructions. And that's where you come in. We're basically gonna give you a set of instructions and see how well you respond to them. But first, before we start anything, we do have a few documents that you have to sign before we can proceed. And I will remind you, you will get paid for this. $50 for your time. So, you agree? Perfect. Here, let me give you the papers that you have to sign. They're pretty standard stuff, just basically telling you that you can't leak what we're doing in the trials, that we won't harm you in any way. But if you do get harmed, it won't be our fault. Not that that's gonna happen, of course. And that will pay you after the experiment is over. So if you can read through it if you want, but it's just standard stuff. And when you're ready, you can sign at the bottom right here. Okay? I said that you can take your time reading it, but we really don't have all day here. But take your time. Look through it as much as you want. Perfect. Okay, you can just give me the papers over there and I'll set it to the side. Cool. Now, your first task is to get into a comfortable position. For that, we have a chair here, if you prefer to sit, or a bed, if you want to lay down. Perfect. Good choice. That's what I always want to do when I want to get comfortable. I'll give you a moment to situate yourself. clothes or anything, some water, anything you want. No? Yes? No? Yes? Great. Okay. So, at any point in this test, if you find yourself feeling sleepy or hypnotized, just feel free to give into it, okay? I don't want you to have any resistance to my words, because that's the point of the exam, right? Don't resist. Fall asleep if you need to, or unconditionally listen to me if you need to. We really don't need your brain to be turned on for any of this. You just have to listen to me and be good. You can be good for me, right? Perfect. So, your first task is going to be to close your eyes. Close them shut. Yeah. And just listen to my voice. You don't need to do anything right now. You just need to close your eyes and get comfortable. Good job. Let me just mark that down. Okay. Now, your second task. I want you to tell me what the first thing you think about when you think of this color. Okay? I'm going to give you a list of colors. Blue. What's the first thing you think about when you hear the color blue? Good job. Good job. You're doing so great. What about the color red? What's the first thing you think about when you hear the color red? Good job. Good job. What about the color green? Green. Can you think of anything green? Or maybe you think of a memory. Good job. Good job. You're doing so great. Okay. Now we might come back to that. And if I come back to that question, I want you to tell me that we came back to this question. Okay? Can you remember that for me? Good girl. Okay. Now, I'm going to spell out a word, and I want you to tell me what that word spells out. Okay? I'm going to start off easy. H I Good job. That's a good job. Now it's going to get a little bit harder from here, okay? You're going to have to listen to my words very carefully. C O M B U T E R. What does that spell out? Good girl. That's a good girl. Good job. Now, you might notice me given positive reinforcements throughout the experiment. And I want you to remember that anything I do in this experiment is just for the sake of the experiment. So, if I do anything that you deem weird or unusual, don't think about it, okay? Because it's just for the experiment. And also, now that you signed the contract, you can't back out. So, don't worry about it. Anyways, now, I want you to think in your mind of your favorite place as a child. Could be an ice cream shop. Could be a park. Somewhere that you feel comfortable and safe that you went to as a child. Can you do that for me? Shake your head when you've thought of a place. Good girl. Okay. Now, I want you to think of me walking up to that park, to that ice cream shop, to that wherever place, and handing you some money. Can you imagine that? Now, how much money did I give you? Interesting. Now, can you tell me what color clothes I'm wearing? Is it blue? Is it gray? Is it brown? Okay. Now, I want you to keep that picture in your mind, but also tense up your legs. Tense up your legs as hard as you can. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Relax, relax, relax. And now, tense up your hands and your fists. For 1, 2, have the same image in your mind, right? Good girl, good girl. Now, I want you to imagine me coming down and picking you up. Sort of like a Princess Carrie. Can you do that for me? Good job. Now, imagine me picking you up in that Princess Carrie and just walking around your favorite place. And it's peaceful. It's serene. With no care in the world. Good girl, good girl. Now, look at the nearest color. And can you tell me what that makes you think of? Yes, I did ask this question before. Good job, good job. Now, this is the final step. I want you to imagine yourself super comfortable. Super duper comfortable in my arms as I carry you around your favorite place, your Princess Carrie. And I want you to fall asleep. Yes, just like that. Eyes closed. With no care in the world. 'Cause you know I'm there for you. You know you can trust me. You trust me completely. And you do as I say all the time. Not just in this experiment, not just as we perform this test, but forever and ever and ever. You completely trust me to do as I say, 'cause you know I want what's best for you. Don't you? And as you drift off to sleep, without a care in the world, you remember that everything's gonna be fine as long as you do what I say. As you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and one more deep breath in and one more deep breath out. You start to drift off into Peaceland. And you start to love me as I carry you no worries in the world. You remember me as your first priority, as your everything. And you drift off to sleep, knowing that I'm gonna take care of you. And that when you wake up, that the experiment's gonna be over. And that you're not gonna remember any of this. Any of what I'm saying right now. But you're gonna remember this feeling of peacefulness that I gave you. Of not having a worry in the world. And you're gonna seek it out. You're gonna seek it out by calling me and remembering that I'm the one who gave you this feeling. So, you're doing such a good job. You're such a good girl, aren't you? I'm so glad I got you to sign up for this experiment. I loved you from the moment I saw you. And don't worry, I'm gonna take such good care of you. You just need to drift off to sleep right now. Without a worry in the world. 'Cause I got you.